media burn took place in the parking lot of the Cow Palace in Brisbane, South San Francisco, July 4th, 1975. We were able to rent the parking lot of the Cow Palace for $150 because there was no event in the Cow Palace that day.
Before this event, our company car, which was a 59 Cadillac Biarritz convertible, was involved in an auto accident, and the car T-boned us in the side door. So one door didn't work, the driver's door didn't work, chip was okay. The car was sort of a wreck, the windshield was cracked, and suddenly we had the perfect vehicle.
But in terms of the image of the car, the Phantom Dream car, derives from, growing up with dream cars of the 1950s, and they had big tail fins, and this one has the biggest tail fin,
So with a very dedicated group of fiberglassers, we removed all the things that didn't make a Cadillac, and essentially moved the driver's compartment into the back seat.
And what we had done is sent out a postcard invitation inviting people, and it said, this card admits a carload. Maybe about 350 or 400 people came out to see it live.
Between our bucket seats, we had a yoke monitor mount faced us. On top of the car, we made a third fin with a camera in it. And it seemed very NASA-ish to take that camera, run the feed down into the car, and use it as a navigational aid. So that's essentially what it was.
We created a press release, and we printed press passes, and we said, your reporters will have to wear the press pass to get into the press area and cover this event. And the press release described it. And we sent those to all the stations, and they all showed up wearing their press passes, which was kind of amazing. We had 4 rent-a-cops who were keeping the public out of the press area, so to speak. And then, of course, we had Secret Service agents for the artist president. It's shot in a documentary style, but the whole event is a fiction.
Suddenly, when we had put this thing together, the video that we were looking at was very unstable. It was very hard to keep it steady. And I wasn't really sure how this was going to come out. So as I fussed with the thing, it was essentially time to go. So we essentially counted down and went. My only experience of the crash, since we had like 4 tons of metal around us, was a shaking, a lot of noise. The compass flew off the dashboard. The TV camera went blank, and there was this whiff that came through that was so strong and unforgettable. But that was it. That was our media burn, and everyone was cheering. We get out of the car, we crawl our way out, and hold up our hands and say, we're okay. It
served the purpose of illustrating a very predictable way in which television news at that time, and still today really, also covers art. If it's either, the story is either, look how much this work of modern art costs, or it's like, look what these crazy artists are doing, right? And then those are the 2 genres, so it fit in. Wasn't about the money on this one, it fit into, look at what the crazy artists are doing.
Now that the entire commercial environment has been ported to my computer, I'm getting more and more ready for another media burn of major proportions.
I think it's inspired a lot of people, in a way, and that's great.
They go beyond cold statistics and provide a keen and touching insight into the TV generation. TV Guide.
The 4th of July, of course, is notorious for heavy traffic fatalities. And
Ford used the occasion to deliver a speech on individual freedoms.
This 4th is starting out no differently. So far, across this country, there have been 120 traffic deaths and 30 drownings since the start of the holiday.
Well, to some people, the 4th of July just wouldn't be the same without fireworks, and most fire officials agree.
Only 10,000 people turned up at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the United States actually declared its nationhood. At the hall, Bob Hope received the Freedom Medal. So we'll show you how the 4th of July was celebrated around the Bay Area. Whoopee!
A media event is something that happens only because somebody made it happen, only because somebody figured that television news cameras would show up to watch it happen, whatever it is. That's a media event. It used to be called a publicity stunt, but now if you see the president shaking hands in a crowd of people, or the first blow of a wrecker's ball knocking down a building, or anything from San Francisco's Broadway Strip, it is probably a media event. They come in all shapes and sizes. Well, today, some people decided to stage what they call the ultimate media event. Now, right away, everybody perks up. The ultimate? That's interesting. They told us it was a media event, and they invited us down. And so with knowledge of forethought, and not alone, but knowing it was going to be a good one, David Louis showed up.
Good afternoon. Welcome again to Media Burn. The artists are all busy preparing the TVs. The Media Burn vehicle is ready for action. The souvenir stand is selling souvenirs. Don't forget your Media Burn t-shirt.
$1 for the program.
30 cents for 2 postcards.
Right. Thank you very much. Postcards are going. Postcards are great. Collector's items. I meant to do that.
There's money in media burning.
Wait a minute. It's flying away.
My dollar flew away?
Yes. Well, that's for little boys. Yeah. Here, and then the 12 is one you have off.
Here's for that.
How much do programs cost? For what?
For the program.
Okay, thank you.
You're at Focus, and you're at Infinity.
Well, tell me, what motivated you to come here to Media Burn today?
Well, I've always watched a lot of TV, and
A lot of action over here.
I knew there were going to be programs for $1, and, well,
Come and get your
What are your expectations?
programs.
well, I'm hoping that there are no deaths, you know, no fatalities, no fires burning through the asbestos suits. I'm hoping that it really kicks off the old bicentennial, which, I mean, I was even thinking of bringing champagne, but I only had a Magnum.
Do you think that this is just another example of violence on television?
Actually, I don't. I have a very kind of theoretical view of it, and I see it as, you know, highlighting the themes of violence and action on television, and that it might even make a better television event than a real event, you know. It's real important to center on these macho themes and wear our macho t-shirts and just get right into it.
So you think this is conceptual art? You feel there's a message to this event?
Well, I hope so, you know.
Thank you.
Our program.
Oh, yes. Which name would you like? Here.
Glad you brought some junk food so we could relate to television.
Sweetheart. Fine, how you doing?
Funny ones here. It doesn't matter.
A nice holster you got from Attic.
Hello?
To look like a slide projection.
Watch the importance of the media. Hi there, you're from Channel 4?
That's right.
What brings you out here today?
What I have to say, I'll say on Channel 4, 5:30 and 6:30.
What angle are you taking on the story?
If you're going to take a Cadillac and you're going to have it go through a bunch of TVs, then I think it's real important that people get real close to the TVs. Otherwise, it's like watching a football game. It's not art anymore. It's only art if you're right there. If you're not there, then it's not art.
What are you doing here today?
Excuse me, Mr. Driver. Are you worried about your chances for survival?
I'm more worried about America's chances for survival than my own personal chances for survival.
A very heroic statement.
Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
No, only first ones. We're signing on, we're not signing off.
Forget.
First the TVs go, then the freeways, then the factories.
When do the skyscrapers come in?
Soon, very soon, and the McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yes, all of them. This is just a beginning.
Do you feel the tension now?
It's all around. I think this is going to relieve a lot of it. If everyone in America would burn just one TV set. The right stuff, yeah.
How he dodged cold but so much in such a little car. Paint that's made for fighting, rust a steering column, wheel adjust a bumper, guts confront and rear. You get a thrifty engine here, a 4-speed kit that's on the floor, and inside would release some more. How he dodged cold but so much in such a little car.
Now to start things rolling, we're going to unveil the Phantom Dream car. Just 6 months ago, this was a '59 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz convertible. Now it sits before us, transformed by over 1,500 hours of handcrafted work by the members of Ant Farm. Inside, the driving controls have been moved aft to make it a two-seater, thereby extending the hood line to 18 feet as a homage to Harley Earl. The two dummies will drive by closed-circuit television. There is a camera mounted in the vertical tail fin and protected by a Lexan shield. They will view a monitor mounted between their bucket seats. They will be receiving a digital countdown on their TV screen, as well as digital speedometer readings. To minimize danger, Ant Farm has formed reinforced fiberglass canopies which fit where you now see the clear ones. The right side door will function as an escape hatch. The car will hit the TV sets at approximately 55 miles per hour. The Phantom Dream car will be for sale after the event. Something that everyone would like to have in their garage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my important guest who will deliver the July 4th Independence Day speech. Ladies and gentlemen, President of the United States, John F. Move out of the way! No!
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, members of the press, my fellow Americans, on this Independence Day, 1975, the American spirit is uncertain. We have seen in this decade an unworthy war. We have seen political scandal. Now we are seeing economic turmoil. From these has come not only the dangerous condition of our country, but a pervasive doubt of our ability to correct it. I believe we can find solutions in our origins. Our nation grew from a revolution against political tyranny. Our forefathers threw out a distant alien government. Now we must finish that revolution by replacing the structure of economic privilege and by throwing out the alien tyranny of the war makers and the money makers. What has gone wrong with America is not a random visitation of fate. It is the result of forces which have assumed control of the American system. Economic royalists, as oppressive as the Crown 200 years ago. These forces are militarism, monopoly, and the mass media. Television, because of its technology and the way it must be used, can only produce autocratic political forms, hierarchies, and hopeless alienation. Mass media monopolies control people by their control of information. In our vast society, it is virtually impossible to escape the influence of commercial advertising. And who can deny that we are a nation addicted to television and the constant flow of media? And not a few of us are frustrated by this addiction. Now I ask you, my fellow Americans, haven't you ever wanted to put your foot through your television screen? Today, there stand before us two media matadors, brave young men from Ant Farm, who are about to go forth into the unknown. And let me say this, these artists are pioneers. They are pioneers as surely as were Lewis and Clark when they explored uncharted territory. They are pioneers as surely as Armstrong and Aldrin when they set foot on the moon. They do this not from self-interest, but intuitively as an act of patriotism. They do this not for themselves alone, but for all Americans. And I believe they are by this act reiterating a most cherished and deeply felt belief that the greatest statements about this great country of ours are heartfelt by individuals and never prearranged by a committee. And so, my fellow Americans, let me say this finally about Media Burn. The world may never understand what was done here today, but the image created here shall never be forgotten. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, Uncle Buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, the artist.
Now the artist will remain burn vehicle. Prepare for the final countdown.
Hi, sweetheart.
Then we'll be pulling forward the closing area. We'll have a
Tired as shit.
5 minutes until the crash.
Okay, I want to pull up. Okay. Pull up in the way. Please clear the staging area.
Make contact with Mission Control.
Hey, Doug, stick on your microphone there.
Okay.
On the side.
We'll now be replacing the clear plexiglass bubbles with the solid fiberglass protective shield.
Okay, now
This is car contacting media control. You here, please?
Roger, media control.
Okay, just confirming, because we'll put the bubbles on now, then we'll start the final.
You pull it out?
They won't be given the go-ahead. Please observe the barricades.
Douglas, come on.
Repeat, do not cross over the barricades.
Okay.
When the fiberglass shields are in place, the drivers will not be able to see.
Okay, hey, here it is. Hey, Curtis, there it is.
Yeah, but it's very unstable.
I haven't switched to input override. You have video output now?
We'll use only the walkie-talkies. In about 2 minutes, we'll install the cable.
Right. The video is working properly.
Wait till it's lit to give us a call? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Buckle up.
No, you want to break that?
Burning? I can't tell. That platform? No?
No.
No?
Smashing a '59 Cadillac into a wall of old television sets is art, then the world may rest tonight with a new masterpiece. If it is culture, then perhaps we're all in a degree of difficulty not previously experienced in this society. Well, maybe, could it be? Well, I do know this. I'm Eric Smith.
Now that is weird. You've got to say that is pretty weird. You mean Eric, of course.
Yeah, of course, Eric, and also the car going into the television sets and the imitation of
I think
John
it's over
Kennedy.
our heads.
Oh, what's it all mean? Well, presumably the message is for the media. Get it? Don Knapp for Action News at the Cow Palace.
I don't think I want to get it. Do you?
From the Culture Corner tonight.
And that's it for this week. We hope you have a really good 4th of July weekend. Have a bang-up time. Good night. See you Monday.